Alright, so everyone else has those Alex 9 or Alex 5 drawers, and I have this, so we're going to affectionately call it the Felix 5 drawer. 1, 2, 3, 4. The Felix 4 drawer. Oh, hello everybody. I'm so excited. We're in our new space and everything. I just got my makeup put away the other day, and I wanted to film like a organize my makeup with me, but the space in here, it's kind of a tight fit. So hopefully this angle works out for a shop my stash. But yeah, let's get into it and open this first drawer. I did have to organize things a little bit randomly. So I know you can't see it, but like over here in this corner are like primers and everything like that. So let's just get started. I had been using the Benefit Professional Primer, which I absolutely love, but I want to finish off this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, so I need to pull this out and get working on it. It is not my favorite. It's not terrible, but I definitely like the Benefit one more, and I think that there's probably a better drugstore option other than this e.l.f. one, so I will pull that out. And then I do have this little tiny sample of the Smashbox Photo Finish primer. There's still quite a good bit in there. There's like, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but there is a little bit of an air bubble in here. But yeah, I do want to pull this out and see if I can finish this off this month. If I do finish that off, I think what I will do is go back to using my CoverGirl Outlast All Day Primer. I'm not going to pull this one out and put it in my makeup basket just yet, but just so you know, if the Smashbox one bites the dust and I finish it, I will pull out this CoverGirl one. Okay, so then next on this side, again, you still can't see it, are like loose powders. So again, I do want to pull out this one from CYO. This is just their Fixing All Set powder in the shade Clear. This is something that I want to finish off again by the end of the year, and I still have quite a good bit left in there. So this is in the shade Clear. It does have a little bit of like a yellow tint to it, but it doesn't make your under eyes or your face yellow by any means. So there is that. Let's see, right here that you're seeing is like all mascaras and eye primers. So I did go ahead, as I was like organizing my makeup, I went ahead and put like a few things in my basket that I just only have like one open of. So like my brow product, my mascara and things like that. So we won't be pulling for that. I've also already put out my setting spray over on the desk. So this one is the unopened one, but I have an opened all-nighter spray that I am using right now. And so then over here are lip products. So I only have the 4 lip liners, and those just live in my everyday like makeup basket drawer. So let's pull out some lip products. This will be fun. I do think I got this. This is a Maybelline Superstay Ink Crown, and this is in the shade, what shade are you? Are you going to tell me? Aha, it is in the shade On the Grind, 105 On the Grind. I picked this up at CVS one day. Like I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did some retail therapy shopping because moving was stressful. This though looks a lot like the Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche lipstick in the shade Honeycomb. So I already have the Bite Beauty one sitting over there. I want to try these two, like not together, but like see how similar they are, because the Bite Beauty has been discontinued and it is like my favorite like brown pinky nude color. So I think this is a good dupe for that. And then I want to pull out, let's see, one other lip product. I think it's the time of year for this. I don't know if I have pulled this out before. This is from Rare Beauty. This was like a little sampler. Well, not sampler, but you could get this and another lip souffle from them. These are so comfortable. The other shade was Fearless, and I absolutely love it. The shade of this one is Inspire, I think is what it says. I don't think you'll be able to see it on the label. It is this great red shade. I am usually like a nude kind of girl, so I don't know how I feel about this, but I think now that we're coming into spring, it will be a really good time to pull something out like this. It does look a little bit like red orange, you know what I mean? So I want to pull this one out and play with it. So I do have other lipsticks over there, so I'm only going to pull those two out. And then as far as lip glosses, we do need to pull a few of those out. And again, they're like shoved all the way over here. I would try to move the camera for you guys, but like I said, it's such a tight fit, so I'm just going to pull products out and show them to you. This is a NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Madeline. I absolutely love this shade. It's like a great brown shade and layered over so many of my lipsticks. It is so pretty. So we're going to pull this one out. And then I had in my mind, let me find it. Aha. I had this one from ColourPop. It's part of their Sailor Moon collection. So this is the lip gloss in the shade Sailor Moon. This is such a pretty like corally pink shade. And again, I think it's just perfect for this time of year. Now I don't like how their newer lip glosses have like the, I don't know what you call this, it's like a paintbrush kind of thing. I really enjoy the Dofa applicator, but there is that swatched out. I don't even know if you can really pick it up on camera, but in person it is very much like a light kind of peachy pink shade with glitter in it. And I just think that will be really pretty. So that will be it for this first drawer. So this is drawer number 2. I feel like the camera angle is a little bit crooked, but you can definitely get a better overview of this drawer. So I have like a foundation basket, cream blushes and highlighters, and then I have some palettes with blushes, and then there's highlighters back here, and then bronzers over here. So we'll just kind of work our way across. So for foundation, I have this Tarte Rainforest of the Sea. I think you guys heard me talk about this before. This is in the shade 15 in Fairlight Neutral. This expired in March of this year. However, this foundation does have some SPF to it, so I think it's the SPF that expired, not necessarily the foundation. I've been wearing it off and on, and I haven't had like a reaction to it. I haven't had any skin breakout, but I do want to make a concentrated effort on this to get it out. It is not my favorite foundation. It's very like liquidy and like light coverage, just not my style at all. And then I want to pull this one out too. This is a new foundation, I believe, from CoverGirl. So it's their Outlast Extreme Wear 3-in-1 foundation. Don't know what the 3-in-1 is. It does have SPF 15 in it. I have mine in the shade 810 Classic Ivory. This is beautiful. This is a perfect shade match for me. This does not look cakey. This does not settle into pores or fine lines. This wears so beautifully. Again, this was something I picked up when I was like doing some retail therapy from the stress of life, but this has been wonderful, and I want to try mixing it with the Tarte foundation just to see how it like plays together. Could I get some more use out of it that way? And then I am going to pull out my dreaded Too Faced Peach Perfect foundation in the shade Nude. You can tell there's not a whole lot in here left, hopefully. I just really don't like this. I struggle to reach for it, so I'm going to keep this in my Shop My Stash until it's finished. And so when I had the primer that comes like this, I know it's the Hangover RX, but it's like the same packaging. I did cut open that primer, and there was so much left in it, like that the squeezy tube product wouldn't pump out. I am not going to cut open this once this foundation no longer pumps out of the packaging, just because it's not a favorite of mine, and I feel like if I get it to the point where it's no longer pumping out product, I have used it up, I have struggled with it enough, and I don't need to torture myself any further. So there is that. And then since it is getting warmer weather, I know this is like a lot of foundation to pull out, but on days where it's just like I don't really want to do like a full face of makeup, or it's going to be too hot, like anything like that, I do want to start pulling out a BB cream. So I am going to pull out this one from Bare Republic. So this is their mineral sunscreen. It's tinted. If I remember correctly, it doesn't have like, they don't have like a shade range. It's just that this is tinted. So it does offer like a little bit of coverage, but it mostly just evens out any redness. And so it's SPF 30. So this will be what I pull out to wear on days where I'm like, I don't really want to do my makeup. And then for concealer, I still have this Too Faced one. It's the Born This Way concealer. Mine is in the shade Fairest. I am still just working away on this. I have removed the stopper. Hopefully you can see, like, if I drag the wand around the side, like, there's a lot of windowing. So like I said, the stopper's been removed, so the wand is all goopy. But if we look down in there, I don't know how much product is left. This has been like the never-ending concealer, but again, I just want to put forth a good effort and finish this one off. So that'll be it for that basket. So then let's move over here to like cream type products. Spoiler alert, I haven't filmed my April empties yet, but I did finish off my Wet n Wild bronzing stick. So I had my Makeup Milk bronzer stick. I've already put that over in my basket, so that is there for cream bronzer. So for cream blush, I really want to pull out, I'm still working on this CYO blush for Partners in Cream, but I want to pull out this cream blush from Fenty. So this is in the shade Fenty Glow. This was like a little holiday gift set that they had, but this is such a pretty, like, kind of brown pink color. I don't know, I just think it'll be really, really pretty. I don't even know if you could really appreciate or see that swatch, but there it is. I think that I like these blushes for all time, like all year round. I think it's like the perfect shade, but especially like fall and spring. It's like, it just screams to me. So we're going to pull out that cream product. And then I'm still working on my Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in the shade Moonlight, but I do want to pull out this cream highlighter from ColourPop. I think this was a limited edition shade. It's the shade Magpie. I don't think you'll be able to read it on the cap, but I do want to finish this off. It's not my favorite, like, it's not terrible, but it's definitely not my favorite. So it's right here, but again, I don't know how well you'll see it. It's kind of like a peachy gold highlighter. It is pretty. I always think that it might be too dark for my skin, but when I blend it out with everything, it always looks really pretty. So yeah, gonna pull that out, but it does tend to accentuate texture. All right, so let's talk about blushes. So I do have like some palettes back here. I have one blush from Ofra that I am trying to finish off, and I want to make a good effort on that. And so thinking of like springtime and stuff like that, I think maybe we'll pull out this BH Cosmetics Vanilla Truffle palette. Like that, all four of these shades look really pretty. I think I could rock these and it would give me some variety, so I will pull this out for blush. And then for bronzers, let's see, it's the perfect time of year, it's getting warm, so I'm going to pull out this Bonnie Luminizer from the Balm. So this is a highlighter, but it's far too dark for me to use as a highlighter, so I tend to use it as a glowy bronzer. So this will come out. This will probably be something that just lives in my makeup drawer for the remainder of summer, like into fall, just because this is the only time of year I like a glowy bronzer. But then as far as like an actual bronzer goes, I'm still working on this in Project Random Uses, I think, but this is the Ulta Beauty Matte Bronzer. I think this was supposed to be their dupe for the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It looked exactly like it had the same imprinting, and it smells like it. This is a really nice bronzer, like I don't have any issues with it, and so I'm just going to pull this one out, continue to work on it, hit my usage goal, and hopefully we could finish it off. I mean, there is a nice sizable pan in there. It's been so long since I filmed anything, I don't know like what this looked like the last time you guys saw it, but that's what it's looking like now. And then for highlighters, I do have a few in mind, so I definitely want to pull out this Fenty Beauty highlighter. So this is one of their duo ones, the Kilowatt ones. So I have Sandcastle and Mint Mojito, and this is just so pretty. I really haven't used the Sandcastle one. I think that might be too dark for me, but the Mint Mojito one has just, oh, it's so beautiful. And I never thought I would be someone who would want like a blue highlighter, but it's so pretty mixed with like golden highlighters, so definitely want to pull this out for spring. And let's see, do we want another highlighter? Yes, I do actually. So I have Vanilla Quartz from Becca. And I don't know if you guys can tell, I've worn away quite a bit of the imprinting on it, and I think I might be able to hit pan on this. I don't know, but I want to try it. This is one of those highlighters that does mix really well with the Mint Mojito from Fenty Beauty. So this is the Vanilla Quartz. So pretty. Hopefully you can see that. You know, new space, we're all gonna have to figure out the lighting together. So that is it for this drawer. All right, so we're gonna skip one drawer just so I can show you. The very bottom drawer has like all of my empty magnetic palettes. It has my singles palette over here, and then over here are like my loose or cream or liquid shadows like that. So I'm gonna leave it set up like this. I don't know if I'm gonna pull anything from here, but I just wanted to show it to you guys. And now that I'm looking at it, you know, I think this might work really well with some of my Pan Those eyeshadows. This is a Stila Glitter and Glow. This is in the shade Mint Julep. It is really pretty. Hopefully you can see like the green of it, and it's got some like glitters to it. I just think this would be super pretty for this time of year and work really nicely with some of my Pan Those eyeshadows. So it's right here. Again, hopefully you can see that, but yeah, we will pull this guy out. Alright, so now we are looking at the palettes drawer. I do have to say, some of my eyeshadow palettes, I did declutter some makeup as I was like packing everything and getting stuff ready to move. But some of my eyeshadow palettes unfortunately did not survive the move. They like cracked and crumbled, and it was just a big mess. And I know I should have cleaned them up and repressed them, but it was like so heartbreaking almost, and I was just so over it that I was just like, screw it, I'm throwing it away. So I know that's super wasteful, but I do just want to warn you that yeah, some palettes did not make it. So what palettes though are we going to pull? I've been waiting to pull this one out and try it. So it's the BH Cosmetics Lost in Los Angeles palette. But does that not just give you like all of the spring vibes? It's just so pretty, so bright, so fun. And I think that this will pair really well. So I have a light blue shade in my Pan Those eyeshadows from the Club Nebula palette with Kaleidos and Angie. And then also in my Fantasy Self showdown with Laura, she picked for me to work on the shade Force Field, which is another light blue matte shade. It's from the Kaleidos Futurism 5 palette. So I think that those two light blue shades that I'm working on will pair really nicely with some of the colors in here. And since we are still doing Pan Those eyeshadows, I don't want to get overwhelmed. So I have Pan Those eyeshadows and I have my Fantasy Self showdown with Laura. I don't want to get overwhelmed with eyeshadows, but I do still want to like play around with what I have. So I am allowing myself to pick out 2 palettes per Shop My Stash. And I think by doing that, and then with the rotation of Pan Those eyeshadows and all of that, it'll, like, a lot of stuff will get touched, even though we're only pulling out 2 palettes from here. So now pulling out the second palette is going to be a little bit harder because, like, I knew this one right away. This just gives me all the spring vibes, and so I knew for sure, like, I do want to work on that. So another one that I want to pull out, oh, this is harder than I thought. Alright, I know what the second palette will be. I'm going to pull out the Juvia's Place Masquerade Mini palette. I think this will be so fun for spring, and this does have good like staple neutrals to work with, but also some really bright colorful shades. And I do still want to film a 3 looks 1 palette with this, so perfect time to pull this out and play with it, do 3 looks with it at least. Yeah, so that is it for the Shop My Stash. Let me change the angle of the camera and I will show you now where I am keeping my makeup. Alright, so since we're here, I was just going to do a very quick overview. Obviously there's stuff sitting up here, but I just have this little like 2 cube shelf that I got at Target. So here's my basket for my palettes, which has all of my Pan Those eyeshadows in there, and then I have like some beauty blenders, my makeup brush cleaner, and then on this bottom shelf that's kind of out of frame, it's my like nail products, my jewelry box, and my like palettes with like good mirrors in them. So, and then next to that right here is my empties bin. Oh, you can see like our pajamas that are nicely folded. And then over here, just out of frame, is my mirror where I sit and do my makeup. So now let me show you what is on the top of this. Alright, so here we are looking at the top of that little 2 cube, so you can see like my makeup basket back here. I do have like all of my brushes, so I really do like this setup. I have my Benefit Cheek Stars palette sitting out. This was in Project Random Uses, so this is part of my Shop My Stash. I just want to show it to you just in case you're curious as to what it looks like. And then I have my Urban Decay all-nighter spray, as well as this MAC Fix Plus in the scent Cucumber. And then just up here are, like we said, some lip balms, lip glosses, lip liners, my mascaras, eye primers are in this drawer. I have my brow product. I did want to show you guys briefly, I am trying to use up this setting powder from Essence as well, because as you can tell, the packaging has clearly broke. So this is the all about that matte, or all about matte setting powder from Essence. I am going to try to finish this up since the packaging is broken. And then as well as in here, I have Hit Pan on this. This was something I kept out with me while I was moving, but this is the Wet n Wild like contouring palette. So I hit pan on like the highlight or like setting powder side. So I just want to keep using this and see if I can finish this off. It would be another powder down out of the books. So yeah, let's organize all this. Alright, that's it. That is my first official Shop My Stash in my new place. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to get back into filming content, catching up on everyone else's videos, and I will just see you guys in the next one. Bye!